Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me, even if it's...
Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on this channel. Today I'm finally releasing the long and awaited GTA 5 money guide for beginners. Now this will be split up into two parts, so this first part will be for beginners, like I just said. So these are the people starting out GTA from the very beginning. They don't own any businesses, they need to do jobs such as contact missions and double money jobs to get their money and then buy businesses along with that. Part 2 will be for more advanced players, so they've owned businesses, they have their own income of money, and they don't need to do any jobs realistically to get money anymore. So let's move on to the first point of this money guide for beginners, and yeah, let's do this. So my first point for beginners is you always have to start off with contact jobs and double money and RP jobs. Reason being, you won't really have any other way of making money in the game as of where you are right now. Now contact jobs, they're jobs that you get a phone call or a text message off from someone and they tell you to help out with a job they need to do, and preferably you will need to do Simeon or Gerald's contact missions. They're the easiest to start off with. Simeon's is just collect a vehicle and deliver it back to a dealership. Gerald's is a bit more complicated, but all you need to do is shoot up a few AI enemies and then I believe deliver something back to his apartment. Double money jobs, they're a bit different. They're more related to PvP, but you can get some PvE related free mode double money RP jobs, such as cargo, which is double money right now, but I'll get into that later. Yeah, so double money missions more relate around PvP, so like races, adversary modes, LTMs, all of those things, and they're more of like you need to get first place if you want to get a lot of money in those type of jobs. So you really want to aim for high places, but as always you might not be able to if it's the first time playing. But yeah, another thing that you could do starting out the game is rob in just basic stores. It'll give you a few $1,000s, but what you really want to do is do jobs, because there is a setting in contact missions or just missions in general where your money from the job will just gradually increase and caps out after 15 minutes. So what you want to do is take around 10 to 15 minutes to complete the mission, and you can get like around 20 to 25,000 per job you do. But I believe for new players it will cap out at like 12k. For high level players the money increases, so that's why I'm saying it'll be like 20 to 25,000 if you are a high ranking player. But this is a tutorial for low level players, so I believe you're going to get like 12 to 15,000 dollars if you complete it within 10 to 15 minutes. So yeah, just keep that in mind. The more time you spend on the mission, the more pay you get, but it caps out after 15 minutes, real life time, not in-game time. My next tip is, when you have 50k, become a VIP and start doing VIP work. What I mean by this is, once you have 50k in your bank, you can become a VIP through the interaction menu by pressing secure serve and then registering as a VIP. Now the good thing about this is it doesn't take the 50k away from your bank. You just need it on you, and you can become a VIP for a maximum of 4 hours, and then you have to wait 12 hours until you can go as a VIP for another 4 hours again. Now when you're a VIP, you can do VIP work and VIP challenges. VIP work such as Headhunter and Sightseer are really good sources of money, as they only take around 5 to 10 minutes to complete each, and it gives you 20 to 22k each time you do it. However, there is a cooldown on the job you do. So if you do Headhunter, for example, you'll need to wait 5 minutes, but if you do Sightseer, you'll only have to wait 3 minutes because that wasn't the job you did. And what I mean by that is, the job you do, you'll have to wait longer before you do it again. So what I tend to do is do a Headhunter and then a Sightseer, and then sometimes a hostile takeover, but I just like to cycle through Headhunter and Sightseer if I don't have any other ways of getting money. Back then anyway. Now I'm pretty set on my cycle of income. So when doing VIP work, it is really good to either get a vehicle, because some targets or briefcases in Sightseer, they can be all the way across the other side of the map when you first do the other objective in that mission. So that's why it's good to get a vehicle. In your VIP secure serve, if you go onto vehicles, you should be able to see a buzzard that you can call in for 25k, and you can keep the buzzard until it gets destroyed. And that's really good for Headhunter, because each time you do Headhunter or Sightseer even, you can get 20k each time, and you can keep the buzzard until it gets destroyed. And if you learn how to use aircrafts such as the helicopters and planes, obviously, you wouldn't need to worry about destroying it, because you'll learn how to control the helicopter. And yeah, if you're learning how to fly a helicopter, flight school is a really good way of teaching how to fly. It will give you a lot of money if you get gold medals, and it also improves your flying really fast. I believe within 5 missions that I got gold, my flying was almost maxed out already. But I would say to do it all the way through, because it gives you a lot of money. And yeah, the payout for each flight school mission, I believe, is like 10 to 15,000 if you get it gold, and I believe there's like 12 to 16 missions, so that's like over $120,000 just there, and you're also improving your flying stat as well. So it's a win-win situation if you do flight school. Anyway, moving on to the next one, we have Heists. What you want to do is purchase a high-end apartment with a 10-car garage. You'll easily be able to find that in the Dynasty 8 page. The one high-end apartment you want to get is the Dalpera Heights high-end apartment. This is probably the best apartment to start out with. It's only $200,000, so it's really affordable once you have the money for it. And once you purchase the the apartment, I believe Lester will either give you a message or a call to say that he has some jobs for you. And there is a heist room inside your high-end apartment where you'll be able to access the heist. There are 5 heists. The first one being you only need 2 people for that, so you and another friend. And the rest require 4 people, and sadly you cannot do it with under 4 people. It needs to be 4 people exact. So that's the downside to the heists, but it is worth the payout and time, since low level players and beginners need to get the money. And I would say to recommend you leveling up first before you do anything such as heists, especially for the 4th and 5th heist, because it requires a lot of teamwork and a lot of shooting, and leveling up is a really good way of handling with those situations like that. Heists pay out a lot for low level players, but the more times you do them, the less useful they become, because from what the original heists used to be, they're not as big payouts as what heists are now, but I'll get into that in another day. Now, heists are difficult, I would say that, especially if you're starting out, and if you don't already, I cannot stress this enough, get friends to help you or join a community, because trust me, doing it with randoms is a bad idea. I've been there before and you don't want to do it, because heists require a lot of coordination and teamwork, and doing that with randoms is a really bad idea. So I do suggest joining a community and getting people you trust, or getting some friends to help you with the heists, preferably high level friends. If not, just make some friends on GTA. It's really easy, just help out other people with their things, and then you just sort of work along together. Anyway, once you have done all of that, finally save up enough money to buy an office and a special cargo warehouse. Now, an office will allow you to become a CEO infinitely without a cooldown or a limited amount of time. You can become a CEO for as long as you want, and you won't need to worry about a 12-hour cooldown. Once you buy the office, you can become a CEO for as long as you want, and you can also do the VIP work, etc. So there's no downside to buying an office. It's a really good purchase. It's like one of the main things you need to get in the game. And the special cargo warehouse, it's a really good idea to invest in a large warehouse. It is like around the 1.3 above million range, so it is quite pricey, but trust me, it is worth it in the end. The special cargo warehouse works as you purchase and source crates from your office computer, and then you'll have to go collect the crate and deliver it to your warehouse. Now, it is highly recommended to buy 3 crates instead of 1 or 2, because it's quicker. Even though you do get less profit from them, it is a lot faster process, and our large warehouse has 111 crates storage, and if you just continuously do 1 crate, it's not going to be a fun time, because you'll need to do 111 source missions, whereas if you do 3 crates, you'll need to do a lot less than that, around 36 or so instead of 111, and that's a big gap. So I believe you only get like 200k less profit, but it is worth it in the end of the day. Now, when you go to sell the special cargo, you get 3 delivery vehicles chose at random. You get a truck, a tugboat, or a Cuban 800 plane. Now, the truck, you can have up to 4 trucks, so I would suggest if you're doing a large sale, get friends to help you, or as I said, a community to help you sale. And what you want to do is buy upgrades at the warehouse for the delivery vehicles. There's like this red sort of desk with blueprints on them. If you go up to that, you'll be able to access upgrades for the boat, the truck, and the plane. and as I said, you get a maximum of 4 trucks. I believe you get either 1 Titan for the plane, or you get 2 to 3 planes. And by the way, I'm speaking if you have like a max warehouse also. And I believe you only have to have 1 tugboat, but it's a really slow vehicle, so I do suggest getting the speed upgrade and maybe getting some friends to help you as well, because you do get AI enemies chasing after you. So yeah, I can't stress this enough. If you're selling a large warehouse with a lot of crates, get friends to help you. If you want to do solo sales, you can only sell up to 12 crates, I believe, and then it goes up to needing 2 people. I can't remember the crate limits on the other players, but just keep that in mind. And this next CEO revolves around the entire import-export DLC with the office, and this is very solo friendly. Buy a vehicle warehouse. Now, me personally, I like the special cargo more than the vehicle cargo, but this is a really solo friendly way of getting money, basically. A vehicle warehouse is sourcing vehicles free of charge and then taking it back to your vehicle warehouse. You have 3 different ranges of cars. You have standard range, mid range and top range. You really want to aim for top range, so I suggest that if you get a standard or mid range, keep them in your warehouse, 10 cars each preferably, so you have a higher chance of getting a top range car. And the reason why I don't really like the vehicle warehouse is because even though you do source the vehicle for free, you have to pay for the damages you do to the car on the way to the warehouse. So what you want to do is don't damage it a lot, but it's really hard to do that if you have AI enemies shooting at you and crashing into you. And also a reminder, when you go to sell, you need to pay 20k up front for the workshop, and you will lose some of your money if you damage the car on the way for the sale. So it's a really good idea to try and not damage the vehicle as best as you can. But in the end, you'll make 100k out of the sale if you're selling a top range car. But if you're counting the workshop, you'll get 80k in profit, but that's excluding the amount of damages you do to the car. So you'll make a maximum of 80k depending if you damage the car or not. Just keep that in mind. Now, once you've done all of this, you've leveled up quite a lot. You should be around like level 50 or so at this point. Level 50, level 60. You should buy an MC, motorcycle club, and buy some businesses. Now, when keeping this in mind, an MC allows you to call like vehicles, not vehicles, your personal bikes instantly, and if you have a favorite bike, it will regenerate your health up to max if you are riding the bike. Now, that's just a quick fact for people that don't know that, so there you go. Now, what you want to do is enter your motorcycle club and access the computer, and what you want to do is buy a business, recommended a cocaine lockup or meth lab. They're the most expensive ones, but they give out the most profit. Now, you need to set up the businesses, but it's a really quick mission, so don't worry about it. And since you've started out, what you want to do is buy the equipment and staff upgrade mainly. If you don't have the money to do so, just keep stealing supplies and keep getting money until you can buy it. After you do buy the upgrade, keep buying supplies. It will give you less profit, but trust me, it is better in the long run. Because buying supplies is 75k, but you can steal supplies for free, but you only get a small amount of supplies, and there's like 5/5 obviously in the bar, and you only get around half to 1 bar if you steal supplies. And the amount of time it takes to deliver the supplies back to the warehouse, it isn't worth it. Even though if you're buying supplies and you're getting a lot less profit from it, it's worth it in the long run because it maxes out your supplies and you don't need to worry about doing missions for it. And if you do buy supplies, you can do other things such as your special cargo, vehicle cargo, VIP work. And if you buy supplies for your businesses, you don't need to worry about getting supplies. Now, there's another thing with the businesses as well. If you don't have the security upgrade, there is a chance, quite a high chance, that your business will get raided. And that means if you fail to protect the business, you can get your product fully taken away. So that's why you should get your security upgrade. Even if you do get the security upgrade, there is still a slim chance of you getting raided. So I have to say, be prepared for raids. They're not that hard, but if you die once in the raid, you lose all of your products. So always have friends there, or if you can, just handle it by yourself, but be very, very protective. Now, that was the last point I have for the beginners side of the bunny guide. If you guys did enjoy this video, please give it a like. I hope I helped out some beginners out there just starting out GTA. Subscribe if you're new. We are slowly growing the channel, and I hope to continue that. And comment down below what you want me to do next. And yeah, I'll see you guys in part 2 of the mini guide soon, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.